Okay, so what is going on with Wrangler Star? You may not know who it is. I'm going to introduce you to him, and I think the transition that I'm seeing is significant. I want to see what you think about this. Let me know, does this have application to your life? Does this make you think? For me, it's been super interesting to watch, and this may surprise you a little bit. I'm excited to show this to you and excited to hear what you have to say. So buckle up, here we go. I showed them to you last week. These are the infinity targets. Let's see if I get it all in there. These things are a beast. The great thing, they're made in the USA, and that's fantastic, but you can go to town with this. 110 rounds in an inch, that's a 5.56. Big stuff like 9mm and 40, spread it out a little bit, but then just spray paint it. It self-heals, and you can get right back to the range. They hang with these clips. Super, super easy. Let me get this right. Johnny 15. This is brand new. I didn't have this for you 2 weeks ago. 15% off Infinity Targets. Coupon code Johnny 15. Link is down below. Big thank you to those folks. They're fantastic. Jump to it. You people, thank you for every thumbs up. All right, years ago when I first started really getting into YouTube, I started watching Wrangler Star, and y'all did too. He's a homeowner, kind of a homesteader. He calls himself now a professional homeowner. A lot of tips and tricks. At this point, like, he's massive, 2.3 million subscribers. His videos have been viewed, 1 billion clicks. That is a lot. That is significant. Now, up until recently, he has done, and I don't even know his real name. I've watched him for years. He's kind of done, this is some of his most famous videos, up in the millions of clicks. How the U.S. Forest Service repairs loose axe heads, sword fighting, how to repair a garden hose, how to solder wires like a pro, how to chainsaw mill, things like that. And I've watched him for years. There's knives, pocket knives that I've bought because of him. And he homesteads, and you get to watch a lot of cool stuff. Very, very well done. He's always had a little bit of a 2A flavor. He's the one that turned me on to Secure-It. They call Secure-It those gun lockers. I use those in the house. I paid retail for mine because of this guy. And just kind of a homesteader, really, really good, really well spoken, and really easy to consume his material. You got it? You tracking? I'm not paying a close enough attention to know when the switch changed, but over the last few months, y'all have been sending me his stuff going, Johnny, what the heck? Here's 2 examples for you, and he doesn't even really explain it. Maybe on his main channel he does. I don't watch enough. I kind of see it now more on Instagram. Here's a great example. He says this, hey, if this shows up at your front door, man, here's how you tackle it. And it's one of those drone things, those drone dog things, and he shows you where to hit it. He shows you what caliber to use. And then if you don't have the right caliber, he can tell you to use sand and I forget what else. What is it? Sand and like used motor oil or something, and how to mess up the joints on that thing so it shuts down, how to mark it with paint, and he'll show you where to shoot the battery. Oh, it gets see for yourself. Here's what he just did just the other week. UN ballistic helmets. Tells you where the weak places are on it. And then at the end says, act accordingly. And that's why I pressed record on today's video. I have seen a transition with this gentleman. I don't know him at all, but I've seen a transition. And somebody asked me today, they said, Johnny, what do you think happened? And I said, I doubt anything's changed. Nobody gets to the point of showing UN ballistic helmets by accident. My suspicion, this is me talking and maybe projecting, is that when you have a regime that on the first day, the very first day that he was elected into office, he canceled the XL pipeline. And from there, we get to the point now where they are flooding across the border unhindered. And in fact, they are being helped across the border. We're now buying oil from overseas, and the very interests of our country are being stripped away. In fact, they are operating in the disinterest of our country. Wrangler Star had a video on today, and I'll put a thing on here. I just jumped over to his channel a few minutes ago, and he was doing a live show right then. And that's an interesting little graphic there, isn't it? I believe that this regime has had to force a lot of us to open up our hearts a little bit. And I think we're seeing the real Wrangler Star here. I'm not trying to project onto him why. I just suspect this has been there all along. Do you identify with this? Let me know down below what you think, but I don't think he's the only one. I'm Johnny B, reminding you it's okay to be white. It's okay to be straight. It's okay to be a man. It's okay to be a Christian. Act accordingly.